ago, the founding engineers built the train called freedom and America got on board. But a pocket full of bankers, well, they made that train go track. Now we need a leader who can get us back on course. Ron Paul, he's a driving that freedom train, so come on board. Well, she may have gone off track, but Ron Paul can bring her back. We're gonna hear that liberty whistle blow once more. A dollar worth its weight in gold will help let freedom ring. And every penny that you make belongs to you. Let's bring our soldiers home and leave the other trains alone. Ron Paul Freedom Train will see us through. Ron Paul, he's a driving that freedom train, so come on board. Well, she may have gone off track, but Ron Paul can bring her back. We're gonna hear that liberty whistle blow once more. About freedom, prosperity, and peace. The Constitution was written very precisely to restrain the power and force of government and to protect the liberties of each and every one of us.
Thank you, Dr. Paul, for your inspiration and reminding us what the Constitution was written for taking the lead in inspiring us to get back there. It looks like one of the roads we need to tread to get back to a constitutional republic is to master the Robert's Rules of Order so that we can be savvy in the conventions. And I have just pasted to the newsroom a link where you can go and get Robert's Rules of Order for 1% of $1. That's right, folks. Robert's Rules of Order are available for a penny in paperback form, so you can check out that link that I just posted there. All right, let's go back with Dr. Parent and also Brandon Gray, because both of these people are people with convention experience. Of course, Dr. Parent is the doctor of conventionology, and Brandon has been to a convention recently. So, Brandon, let me give it to you to either share your experience or to ask a question to Dr. Parent if you choose. Go ahead.
Well, thank you, Andy. Dr. Parent, I'd like to first touch on something that I think we need to right now. As I was listening to Alex Jones earlier, he said that Ron Paul has stated that the delegates need to not really pursue a Ron Paul platform but support the Republican Party. And I find that offensive, and I'm not going to stand for that. I'm doing something not to support McCain, and I just don't know if you have any other information on that.
Oh, well, I'd like to comment on that. I heard a previous interview with him on how he was talking about how, the Ron Paul people are going in and stealing, other people's delegates. And, listen, I'm not going to be too critical on Alex Jones because I've listened to his show. Although I tend to think he gets over the top sometimes, but so do I. I mean, we all do, and some of it is just due to frustration. But, he's done a lot of good. But I have to, I'm trying to say this in a nice way. How can I say this in a nice way? I disagree with Mr. Jones on this. And I wish he would have me on his show to debate the issue because he couldn't be more wrong. Okay, for a man that his platform has been, ever since I've been listening to him, has been about how, the New World Order is trying to kill us, and the mainstream media is our enemy, and, a lot of the hosts of mainstream media are, CIA operatives, and that they're corporate-controlled and they're government-controlled, to talk to people that are actually going out and making a difference in their community and on their state level and possibly on the national level this coming election, to tell them that they are stealing the delegates from other candidates is absolutely insane. I don't know how you can possibly steal something that has been stolen from you. And that's what's happened to the American people. Okay, this country has been stolen. Dr. Paul's talked about it himself. Our foreign policy has been hijacked. Okay, well, people know what hijackers are. Those are people that get on planes with machine guns and say, put your hands up and do what I say or I'm going to kill you. That's what hijacked means. And that's what's happened to America. So I strenuously object when a man like Mr. Jones is going to tell people that are trying to affect change for the better of America that they're doing the wrong thing. I take great offense to that. And I would love to tell him that on his show. I tried to call during the show. I didn't get through. But listen, for any of you out there that listen to Alex on this particular issue, you cannot steal something that's been stolen from you. Okay?
I find it just really hard to believe that Alex would say such a thing, considering how consistent he has been, how consistently he has been a Ron Paul supporter.
No, and I agree with that, Indy. And see, here's the thing that bothers me. Okay, now he claimed on one of his shows that Dr. Paul told him this privately. Well, you know what? From what I know of Dr. Paul, he's a man of integrity. If that's what he really meant, he would come out and tell us publicly. And I'm not going to trust third-party information. I want to hear it from the source. And that's exactly what everybody should do with the information I give them. Don't take my word for it. Go research it for yourself. And out of all these shows I've done with you, Indy, and some of the other interviews that I've done, I have always encouraged people to educate themselves. Don't rely on someone else to do it for you, because that's really another problem that's happened in America. People are too lazy, in most cases, to do something for themselves. They'd rather have somebody else do it for them. And that's why the government, okay, has been able to take control the way that they have, because we've been too lazy. We have not been involved. And I know that some of you people have heard this speech from me many times, but I'm going to say it again. America was not left to the government. America was left to the people. It was left to us. And freedom is not free. And it is our obligation to make sure that we continue to fight to keep our freedom. And if we fall short and we fail to protect what our founders gave to us, then damn it, shame on us. And that's what's happened. We have failed. The American people have failed. Okay, we know the government's failed, but we know what those people are all about. I'm telling everybody out there, we have failed as people. You, me, Indy, everybody else out there that has not gotten involved, okay, and been part of the solution, we are all part of the problem. But now is our chance to make the difference and make the changes that can bring us back to where America should be and never should have left in the first place.
Wow, that's just so rousing. I mean, it's like that's Martin Luther King stuff you're giving us right now, Steve, and I love it.
It's hard to argue with the truth.
Yeah, as you were speaking, it just reminded me that something that I had realized when I first started doing this radio show and started hearing from callers, and then maybe I sort of forgot it for a while, at least maybe in the last few weeks. We are the American Revolution. There is a direct connect between those. Well, I don't know. I don't put myself in that category, but you, the revolutionaries, like Steve and Brandon and all you folks who are actually doing something, are revolutionaries with a direct connect to people like Patrick Henry and Paul Revere and John Adams and George Washington and Benjamin Franklin and you know, better mention some women as well, you know, Abigail Adams and Martha Washington and so on. And it's exciting. It's to me anyway, when I think of that, it's like it gives my life a fire and a meaning that it turns me on.
Well, you know, I think what people have really forgotten, Indy, is that America did not become great because of what government did. America became great because of what government did not do. And